You know that awkward point in verses where it takes the competition 3 episodes to catch back up to you? Okay, better question. You know that awkward point in verses where you're a complete idiot one week and you completely forget to record an episode? Your computer breaks on the second one, making you eventually have to upload 3 at the same time on the third? Good thing neither of those things have happened to me, eh, guys? So, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Race Super Mario Galaxy. I'm Whatthefnu, and they're always after me, Lucky Charms. It's starting to piss me off, actually. You know what's also going to piss me off? Probably this star. Well, since my dream of taking out 1 grand star per episode has been completely foiled, I figured I'm going to use this time to actually take care of what I call the problem stars, i.e., stars that take a while to get, that are generally annoying, that people just generally find agitating, well, in general. And let me tell you, when this game came out, every fucking top 10 hardest bosses list in existence had Bouldergeist on it. This guy got some really undeserved hype. I mean, okay, I understand where everybody was coming from, but he's not that bad. Even when you take into account the special condition that the comet forces upon you, which, if you haven't guessed by now, is a Daredevil comet. It's not that he's hard, he just requires patience. Anyways, now that I'm done kind of venting about that a little bit, yeah, my computer broke again. That kind of sucked for a little bit. I used the time well, though, I've got to say. I couldn't record anything in that time, so I just decided to lay low and kind of expand my horizons in terms of games. Downloaded Spyro off the PlayStation Network. Played and beat it for the first time in my life. Good game. I 100%ed the whole thing, so I have seen Nasty Nork's Treasure Hoard. Very great platformer. I can understand why it's got a whole bunch of fans. I'm not really too fond of the bosses in the game, though. I mean, is it just me, or are all the bosses just really kind of boring? The only ones I can remember off the top of my head are, of course, Nasty Nork, but that's only because everybody kept saying his name over and over again, and the other being Dr. Shemp, simply because he was the only enemy who felt really sort of unique. I mean, the guy who had, like, the wind that he blew at you, he was just kind of like a stronger version of a normal enemy. And I could say the same about all the other bosses. I mean, the sheep in the Scarecrow outfit, that was kind of funny, but it wasn't really, I don't know, they just kind of lack that charm factor. You know what I mean? That sort of defining element that makes them stand out from the crowd. I mean, the fact that Dr. Shemp was a sort of cocky bastard kind of made him, it gave him a personality, is what I'm trying to say. And that's where I think, that's the only thing I disliked about Spyro. Everything else was great. I might actually, download some of the other games in the franchise in the future. I'm considering it, but that would require me not saving up for Reason right now and trying to actually afford a $200 computer music-making program. I know if you, sorry, I keep saying, I gotta work that out of my speech. Okay. I know if you're trying to find a good music program on a computing device, you frankly want to go Mac. That's the general recommendation everybody has, simply because of programs like GarageBand and whatnot. But I just, number one, I don't have the money to actually get a MacBook. I mean, my sister has one, but she kind of needs it for college. You know, I kind of had a speaking of my sister going to college, I kind of had a realization the other day. About maybe 6, 7 years from now, I'm gonna hate Thanksgiving. Like, my brother's aide is gonna be there saying how he's done all of these incredible things for the disabled community, and he's a grand example about how people with autism can hold a job like a normal person. And my sister's going to talk about her job as her future job as a doctor, and all these lives that she saved. And my dad's going to turn to me and go, "Well, Sean, do you have any stories to tell us?" And I'm going to say, "Yeah, I made a game where you blow out a man's asshole." Guess I should have told my story first. Oh, shit. Ugh. I am not paying attention right now. It is way too late at night for me to be fighting Bouldergeist. Like, I would already be dead if we were doing the Daredevil run. I'm just being really careless. Like, this is the part that agitates most people, and I can... Well, that's one of the reasons right there. You can never... Son of a bitch. You can never seem to really hit Bouldergeist with the bomb boos once his hands go up. It's just, they're so big, and they regenerate so quickly. Every time you hit anything on this guy, he's either going to try to punch you, or he's going to raise up some of the spikes out of the ground. Herein lies the problem. The hands recover so quick that by the time he's done with that punch, and he's thrown more boos at you, you're already out of time. That thing's going to be up again by that point. Ah, crap. See, now that I've hit his body, he's going to some of the pillars again. Like, watch, it's clockwork. Oh, I guess the one boo canceled out the effect of the first one. Huh, interesting. Guess I didn't know this boss as well as I thought I did. Learn something new every day. Or you day every learns. You day something, learn. Oh, I don't even know what. Okay, joke aborted. Yeah, come on. Just give me my star bits so we can do this. Now, you'll notice he will throw coins at you once in a while, which is completely invalid anyway if you're actually working towards those. Yep. Yeah, look at that. I didn't even have a chance with that boo. Now, if you're lucky, he'll give you 2. Wow, 3 coins? Aren't you generous today? Ah, jeez. Well, that's what happens, guys. That's why everybody gets so agitated with this dude. They just don't have the patience to put up with his nonsense. And that's the trick to Bouldergeist. You just have to be really patient, which unfortunately most people aren't when they play a Mario game. Let's be honest with ourselves here. Probably the only reason everybody thought this guy was so difficult is because he's the only boss in this game who requires a certain smidgen of skill to defeat. I mean, come on. Let's be real here. Ah, and that happens too. That's the downside to having 2 out on the field at once and only catching 1. Ugh. Come on, Master Hand, get your ass out of here. I got people watching. I'm in a race, if you haven't noticed. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not usually this bad at this guy. Yeah, excuses, right? So yeah, all you have to do is play it safe, which is kind of hard when you're both focusing on what is coming out of your mouth and the fact that you've got that looming time limit over your shoulder, plus you made a joke at the beginning of the video stating that you're miles ahead of everybody else, so it kind of weighs down on you just a tad. Just a tiny little bit. Well, that's that for that. Now I think I'm gonna... Well... Actually, there is one more thing here in the kitchen that I need to take care of. Wait, what? Is something going on out here? Why am I back out here in the lobby? Beware of Bouldergeist. But what am I out here for? Oh, I have a letter for you. Got a star, but now I can't get back. This picture shows where I am. Help me. Ah, well, I guess I could go hunt down Luigi. Now, I'm throwing this out there right now. I do not remember if I already got a Luigi star or not. You see... Another thing happened. I tried to record these episodes before, right before my computer broke down. I tried to record these right before my computer broke down, but here's the problem. I had all of the commentary intact for episode 7, but I forgot to export the footage. Whoops. So I actually had an episode 8 with no episode 7 to post before it. That was an issue. So I ended up actually having to go on top of everything else, on top of my computer breaking, on top of being behind in time. On top of having to record multiple videos at once, now I had to redo the entire game all over again just to make sure everything was right back to where it needed to be and I could record the footage proper. I didn't want to just skip all of those stars and say I did them in half an hour. So I went through the entire game, matched up my star bit counts again, and, well, boom, here we are. We're here with Luigi winning it, apparently. Oh, that's 2 stars in 10 minutes. This is actually going a little better than I thought it would. Well, actually, considering how bad I did on Bouldergeist, it's going about exactly as well as I could hope it would. Oh, and look at that. Look what's waiting for us in the kitchen. Yeah, it's the one comet nobody ever wants to see in this game. It was hilarious, though. I guarantee I'm probably not going to replicate this in this run, but it was hilarious. For those of you who have played Super Mario Galaxy 2, there's actually a galaxy full of retro boss battles. It's just a gauntlet of all the bosses in this game, one right after another. And the thing is, I had the Daredevil run activated for the galaxy. Oh, wait a minute, I can't... Shit, I can't go after the secret star here unless I get rid of the comet. Well then... Let's just do it, then. I don't have anything better to do. Yeah, I was actually going through there on the Daredevil run, and the only boss I was afraid of was Bouldergeist. I beat him first try. That was a really proud moment in my gaming career. I was really happy. It made me feel like I had actually come a certain distance from when I first started. Wow! You know, of all the ways people die on this level, on this comet level, I don't think many of them fall in the black hole. Geez, that's gotta be a first. I'm glad I have something resembling unique footage on my channel, but really now, it's gotta be good unique footage. Don't need me failing here now. Definitely don't need that. Especially considering, you know, I'm racing people. Okay, come on. Mr. B, Mr. Boulder, Mr. Bojangles. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, Nelly. I can't remember. All I can remember is those 2 words, those 2 notes, Mr. Bojangles. It was a song that came on the radio. I'm pretty sure I've never mentioned this before. When I was younger, I would actually go up to California. My grandparents used to live up in California, Anaheim, I believe. And I'd go up there during the summer for this special summer camp that they had up there. It was a really great athletics program and everything. And, you know, just so I could spend some time with my relatives. But the thing is, that song came on the radio just once. And for some reason, it really stuck with me. Oh, come on. What is that? I deflect the fist with the Bombu, and then I get hit by the other one? Jeez. Split personalities much? One wants to help me, one wants to kill me. Man, we got a Boo Civil War going on here. Yeah, for some reason, that song really stuck with me, but I haven't been able to find it since. It's this really sort of old-timey song, and I just remember those 2 words. Mr. Bojangles. I kind of like to think my grandfather... It's really interesting. My grandfather is from a whole nother era. He'd always quote, let's see... Clyde Cadiddlehopper was his name. He was a skit done by this radio host. I forget his name off the top of my head, but he was his mailman. And Clyde Cadiddlehopper would always... First off, I just thought the name was frickin' hilarious, which is probably the point. It was meant as comedy relief. You'd always hear him coming in on his horse. Oh, whoa, horse. Whoa. Whoa, horse. Oh, come on, horse. Whoa. Crash. And he'd never be able to get the horse to stop, except for one occasion. Just one precious occasion where he got the horse to listen to him. You whoa, or I'm going to tell the army that you're 1A. horse stops. For the younger viewers out there, during, I believe it was World War II, there was a draft that was initiated. And 1A was you were physically capable of being a military man. However, 4F, if you received that grade, you were physically incapable of being military. And believe me, you had to be really bad to get a 4F. They were hurting for help as is, so they basically took anybody they could get. Almost anybody. I think that's accurate. That's the way I remember it anyway. That's the way I was taught it. But then again, I don't even remember where I was taught it from. Perhaps back in the days of Web 1.0, perhaps from my history teacher, perhaps even from my grandfather himself. So really, I can't tell you the validity of that information. Oh, what are some of the other things he does? I've talked about how his screwed up language has kind of affected me. Like, how he actually inspired me to use words that are kind of uncommon these days. But he'd jumble up language all the time. Like, he'd say, fire up the confuser and look something up on the interwebs for me. And yes, he said interwebs without ever being on any kind of forum or whatever. So that was kind of cool. It kind of made me feel like some things are universal, like some jokes are funny no matter who you are or what era you're from. So that's kind of interesting in that sense. What's also interesting is how absolutely long I'm taking to... Oh, shit. Damn it, Mario. Well, this is going to be really interesting now. This is just getting freaking agitating is what it's getting. The sad part is, in my previous recording, I only died once on this. I beat Bouldergeist the first time without even taking a single hit. I had an achievement picture and everything for that. I knew exactly what I was going to call it. Here, I'll put it in the bottom left of the screen, even though I'm not actually earning it right now. And then the worst part is, now, I'm not even close. There's no... Oh, fuck you. Confound it. You dwile-flonking snollygoster. Will you just die already? Come on. You ludibrious little quacker-wodger. I'm gonna kick your ass. You peck-sniffian. I'm too tired to do this. Seriously, Mr. Punchy, you, with the face, and the hands, and the boulders, and the eyes, and the ridiculous health, and the blocking fists that just get in the way of everything. Duh! It's really... It is agitating trying to navigate these boos around those hands. But I'll tell you, that's the only part I don't like about this fight. Everything else is done exactly as advertised. You just have to be patient, which I'm running out of because... Oh, forget it. How many times can I possibly say that I'm in a race with somebody and still try and make it original and funny? I mean, really. Really, man. There we go. 2 hits in a row. 2 times in a row, man. Oh. Oh, jeez. That looked cool. Well, I guess I at least took something away from this fight that I thought was interesting. Oh, boy. Oh, really now? Really now? Hey now, don't dream it's over. Why not? Why not, men at work? I can dream, can't I? I want this fight to be over. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. That's it. Battle's over. At last, right? Ugh. Get your ass over here. That is long overdue. Problem galaxies indeed. Poof! Yeah, you go poof. Don't ever let me see you again. That was freaking ridiculous. Attacking toucans, if you're listening to me, I don't ever want to fight that guy again. You do a Super Mario Galaxy 2 versus, and I will kill you. Oh, my goodness. I don't think I have to worry too much about that. And even if I think even if he did decide to do that, it wouldn't be every star, because frankly, the green stars in that game, that's just something everybody has a problem with. I'm not going to come rushing to the defense of that one. I do argue that Super Mario Galaxy 2 is a better game than Mario Galaxy 1 in a lot of respects, as I've talked before, but yeah, I'm not going to come rushing to the defense of the green stars. That's just asking a bit much of this Nintendo fan. Gotta throw that out there. Also, because I'm kind of lacking on star bits here, I will be picking up a few more of those whenever I see them. Definitely going to try anyway. Because there is one galaxy, as long as we're taking care of the annoying ones, there is one galaxy I really just want to get out of the way, that I just don't want to deal with anymore. I just don't want to have looming over my head, is all. And that, as I might have stated previously, is the one, the only, my least favorite element in this entire... Oh, shit. Confound it! Oh, gadzooks! I'm almost out of lives! When did that happen? Oh, right, when I was getting rocks thrown at my face. How wonderful. Ay, Dios mío. Oi! You. Stay. What is it, a dog now? My pet Boo. You, me, and Boo-Pree. Oh, wait a minute, did I already use that joke? Never mind, then. Just grab the few that I can. I really don't trust my luck in this level. Like, the disappearing floor thing is cool, but once again, I just think it was done better in Galaxy 2. The fact that you can control where the ground was going to be and when was just... felt a little more intuitive. This is basically the 3D version of a scrolling level, if you think about it. Which, you know, everybody hates. Nobody likes scrolling levels from any video game. I don't think so, anyway. I can't remember a single scrolling level from any game that I've tended to like. Or that I remembered fondly. I don't know. Drum up some conversation about that. I'd love to know if anybody actually thinks there's merit in a scrolling level or anything like that. I'd love to hear arguments about that. I actually had a devoted commenter who actually told me he was disappointed with this game. That was kind of weird. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, don't get me wrong, but I never got to ask why. I've always kind of been interested in that, talking about uncommon opinions, like hearing the point of view of somebody who doesn't necessarily share what the common thought is and why. Now, don't get me wrong, some things are infallible. Like, you can't argue that random encounters are an essential part of video games, that they aren't outdated by today's standards. You can't defend that. However, some things like whether or not a certain high-quality game was disappointing or not. Like, a more recent one, you're safer with. You can openly say you had a couple problems with it, and people are more likely to listen. It's just classic games that people tend to freak out about, I've noticed. Which is, I can definitely understand. There's nostalgia in effect. It's a little harder to crack that particular nut, but... Oh... I was going somewhere with that conversation, but I can't quite remember exactly what it was. Ah, well, let's just take care of a star in the Sea Slide Galaxy. Oh, boy. I think this is a quick one, isn't it? Yeah, going after Guppy. Oh yeah, all the stars in this galaxy are actually really quick. The first two and the Cosmic Comet here, they're all just basically races, and underwater ones at that. Playing through this game again, I actually finally got the pattern down for swimming quickly underwater, and I'll show you guys what I mean. There's a certain rhythm to it. Skip over you, because all you're going to do is talk to me. There's just a small little delay between when you shake the Wii remote, and you can just spin indefinitely. But the thing I also do is I press the A button in between spins. I don't know if that actually does anything or not, but... Spin, spin A, spin A, spin A, spin A, spin A, spin A. Yeah, I can do it even without pressing the A button. Wow. So I guess I can work that out of my little habit here. Especially now that I've got a break and I've got a shell. I wish I had a break. I could go for a Kit Kat bar right now. I haven't had one in a while. You know what candy bar is really good? Twix PB. Those things are freaking delicious. But I think my favorite candy that I've tried out recently, dark chocolate Reese's. Why? Why in God's name did nobody ever think to do that before now? That is just... I realize some things are sacred, but seriously, this should have been done way sooner. That's just too good an idea. What is it about Reese's anyway that everybody seems to love? It's just got this sort of unique flavor to the chocolate. Have you ever noticed that? It's got this sort of, a perfect sort of ratio of salt in it. Like, I can almost taste the sodium. Maybe they just put more of it in it than other people do. Maybe it's the particular chocolates they use. But it's... I guess we'll never know, eh? It's kind of like the KFC recipe. I'm pretty sure Reese's will never want anybody to figure out exactly what they put in their candy. I guess they wouldn't have to worry too much, though. There are some people who have copyrights on their recipes. But then again, there's people who have copyrights on everything. I've already got a copyright on Miku's Lullaby. That's how paranoid I am about keeping this idea unique to me. I mean, especially considering I'm just a small guy and I don't have a lot of money to afford legal muscle against people who steal my concepts. I really, really want to protect those. So I just ended up dropping the $35 that allowed me to place a copyright on the synopsis of the game. All of the ideas and little mechanics I have going into it. All the innovative stuff, basically, is what's outlined in that. So, let's see, do I need to talk to you? Who exactly... Here, you look conspicuous. You're a red penguin. Yeah, you're the one I need to talk to. Old Reds. He kind of looks like, hey, we got, blue... We got a blue one, a green one, and a red one. See? See? There are comparisons to Donald Duck. I wasn't crazy for making those. Looks like red. Oh no, red's up here. Sorry, that was purple. I kind of lost track of colors in all the excitement. I still love this song, but my favorite version is still all the way back in the Spooky Sprint. I don't know why. It just sort of sounds like this song when it's drunk. You know what I mean? There's just something very whimsical and odd about it, and I love it. It's something very fun, which, you know, video games should always be about. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Dive! 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 Das Boot! I love that episode of The Angry Beavers. I kind of miss that show in general, really. They just kept saying it. And I guess that's what you have to do. When you've got a good joke, you just need to beat the hell out of it. But my favorite of all time, I don't know why I found this so funny. I just did. There's an episode where they discover, the two Beaver brothers discover the power of musk. I don't know if I have any old Nickites out there, or Nick fans or whatever, but there was an episode where they discovered the power to mark their territory, musk, basically, and one brother could not stand the smell of the other brother's musk. Take from that what you will. But the thing is, they tried to combine the two together. They tried to fight one odor trail with another one, and it just ended up painting everything both their colors. And the sound Daggett made. This sort of half coughing, half wheeze. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just so weird. I don't know why I found that sound so funny. It just is. It's kind of like, well, it's just one of those things I find unintentionally funny. So, everybody, I just hit the 30-minute mark. So, next time on Super Mario Galaxy, we're going to continue in the engine room, maybe a little in the bedroom, and just get more problem stars out of the way. Until then, I'll see you next time. Later, everybody. I am so not looking forward to this.